Hey, welcome. And before we retrieve our registered vendors, what we want to do is we want to create the design. Okay. Now, in order to do this, we have to go back to our VS Code. And now we can get rid of this vendor data we have, first of all. And now we can have a row. And a row can take multiple widgets, which are going to be displayed horizontally, that is from left to right. And now we can call this reusable widget we had earlier created. So we can say vendor data. And you can see it's asking for the flex and it is asking for the widget. And remember, the flex is basically referring to how wide we want that widget to be. You can see this is smaller than this. And what we want to do is we want to make sure this header over here has same size with this flex. So what we can easily do is we can go back to the vendor screen and you can see over here we have for the image and it has a flex of 1 and for the second it has a flex of 3 and that is why it is much more bigger than this. Okay, so for the flex it's going to be flex of 1. And for the widget, first of all, we can add a container in order to give a height and a width to the image we're going to be using or we are going to have. And for the height, we can give this 50. That is how long we want the image to be. And for the width, we can also give 50. That is how wide we want the image to be. And now we can have a child, and the child is going to be image.network because we're going to be retrieving the store image. And for the now, we can leave this empty. And if you use and Control and S to save, this might crash your web or this might stop your web from running. So what you can do is go to this and make sure you turn off all these exceptions. So whenever the error comes, it's not going to crash your web, but it's just going to throw that error in your debug console or your terminal. Okay, great. And now we can core the vendor data again. And this is going to be Siri, right? We want it to be a bit much more bigger, just like this. And sorry, vendor data and okay, Maclay store. For the widget, it's going to be a test widget. And for now, it's going to say Maclay store. Okay, gonna add a comma over. And now another, we can have another vendor data. And this is going to be flex of, we can just check this, control, sorry, control and B, click on F, and for the city, we have flex of 2. Okay, city state are 2, 2. Okay, 2. And the widget is going to be a test widget. And for now, it's going to say city. Okay. And vendor data and 2. Over here, we need a comma and test. This is going to say state. Okay. Okay. And we can just use control and let's just save and check how this is gonna look first of all. And also we have to core this vendor widget. To do this, we have to go to the vendor screen, and this is the column. So basically, sorry, this is the row to basically display what we have over here. And outside this row, within the column, we can then call the vendor widget. Seems cool. Seems really, really cool. And we can use Ctrl and S now to save and go check how this is gonna look. Okay, loading, still loading. We just have to, okay, perform an auto start. Okay, and vendor. Okay, seems good. And you can see this is for the image. This is for the image, but it's taking a bigger shape because we do not have some over here, right? We do not have for this and this, and that is why it is trying to take the full space or a bigger space. But when we have a widget under this action and under this view more, or we can just have that now. We can just have that now and back to the vendor widget and vendor data. And over here we need a comma. And let's go check the flex out. Vendor screen. Okay, 1 1 1. And the widget is gonna be a widget or a button known as elevated button. And and test. And let's see what it's gonna say. Is gonna say reject. Okay, it's just gonna say reject for now. And in the future, we should be able to change this reject. Okay, and we can easily duplicate this now. Add your comma and paste this. And one also, this is gonna say view more. Okay, use Ctrl and S to save, and let's go check this out now. Okay, waiting for this. Just gonna check if it's still okay. Back. Okay, and vendor. Okay, looking really great now. Reject, reject. Okay, view more. Sounds good.